You should have heard the Hamelin people ringing the bells till they rock the steeple. "Go," cried the mayor, "and get long poles, poke out the nests and block up the holes. Consult with carpenters and builders and leave in our town not even a trace of the rats." When suddenly up the face of the piper perked in the market-place, with a "First, if you please, my 1,000 guilders." 1,000 guilders? The mayor looked blue. To pay this sum to a wandering fellow with a gipsy coat of red and yellow? "Beside," quoth the mayor with a knowing wink, "our business was done at the river's brink. We saw with our eyes the vermin sink, and what's dead can't come to life, I think. So, friend, we're not the folks to shrink from the duty of giving you something to drink, and a matter of money to put in your poke. But as for the guilders, what we spoke of them, as you very well know, was in joke. Beside, our losses have made us thrifty. 1,000 guilders? Come, take 50. The piper's face fell, and he cried, "No trifling! I can't wait. Beside, I've promised to visit by dinner time Baghdad and accept the prime of the head cook's potage, all he's rich in, for having left in the caliph's kitchen of a nest of scorpions no survivor. With him I've proved no bargain driver. With you don't think I'll bait a stiver. And folks who put me in a passion may find me pipe after another fashion." "How?" cried the mayor. "D'ye think I brook being worse treated than a cook? Insulted by a lazy ribald with idle pipe and vesture piebald? You threaten us, fellow. Do your worst. Blow your pipe there till you burst." Once more he stepped into the street, and to his lips again laid his long pipe of smooth straight cane, and ere he blew 3 notes, such sweet soft notes as yet musician's cunning never gave the enraptured air, there was a rustling that seemed like a bustling of merry crowds jostling and pitching and hustling. Small feet were pattering, wooden shoes came clattering, little hands clapping and little tongues chattering, and like fowls in a farmyard where barley is scattering, out came the children running, all the little boys and girls, with rosy cheeks and flaxen curls, and sparkling eyes and teeth like pearls, tripping and skipping, ran merrily after the wonderful music with shouting and laughter. The mayor was dumb, and the council stood as if they were changed into blocks of wood, unable to move a step or cry to the children merrily skipping by, could only follow with the eye the joyous crowd at the piper's back. But how the mayor was on the rack, and the wretched council's bosoms beat, as the piper turned from the high street to where the Vesser rolled its waters, right in the way of their sons and daughters. However, he turned from south to west, and to Kopelberg Hill his steps addressed, and after him the children pressed. Great was the joy in every breast. "He never can cross that mighty top. He's forced to let the piping drop, and we shall see our children stop." When lo, As they reached the mountain side, a wondrous porthole opened wide, as if a cavern were suddenly hollowed, and the piper advanced, and the children followed. And when all were in the very last, the door in the mountain slide shut fast. Did I say all? No, one was lame, and could not dance the whole of the way. And in after years, if you would blame his sadness, he was used to say, "It's dull in our town since my playmates left. I can't forget that I'm bereft of all the pleasant sights they see, which the piper also promised me. For he led us, he said, to a joyous land, joining the town and just at hand, where waters gushed and fruit trees grew, and flowers put forth a fairer hue, and everything was strange and new. The sparrows were brighter than peacocks here, and their dogs outran our fellow deer, and honey bees had lost their stings, and horses were borne on eagle wings. And just as I became assured my lame foot would be speedily cured, the music stopped, and I stood still, and found myself outside the hill, left alone against my will, to go now limping as before, and never hear of that country more. Alas for Hamelin! The mayor sent east, west, north, and south, to offer the piper by word of mouth, wherever it was men's lot to find him, silver and gold to his heart's content, if he'd only return the way he went, and bring the children behind him. But when they saw 'twas a lost endeavour, and piper and dancers were gone for ever, they made a decree that lawyers never should think their records dated duly, if after the day of the month and year these words did not as well appear, and so long after what happened here on the 22nd of July, 1376, and the better in memory to fix the place of the children's last retreat, they called it the Pied Piper's Street, where anyone playing on pipe or tabor was sure for the future to lose his labour. Nor suffered they a hostelry or tavern to shock with mirth a street so solemn. But opposite the place of the cavern they wrote the story on a column, and on the great church window painted the same to make the world acquainted how their children were stolen away. And there it stands to this very day. And I must not omit to say that in Transylvania there's a tribe of alien people that ascribe the outlandish ways and dress on which their neighbours lay such stress, to their fathers and mothers having risen out of some subterraneous prison, into which they were trepanned long time ago in a mighty band, out of Hamelin town, in Brunswick land. But how or why, they don't understand.